प्रेजेंटेड बाय eBix कैश। हर खुशी के लिए काफी है।
Very good evening. Thanks for tuning in to the Business Today show with me, Chaiti Narula. Let's begin this evening with the top headlines from the world of business. Rakesh Jhunjhunwala back. Star Health IPO struggles. Timings extended to ensure full subscription. It's the third biggest IPO of 2021. Markets extend gains for second straight day. Sensex soars over 750 points to end near 558,500 mark. Nifty tops 17,400 mark. IT, auto, metal shares shine in the day's trading session. It's raining money at IITs. Uber offers 2 crore rupees salary to IIT graduate. Crore plus salaries return after 6 whole years. LinkedIn now to be available in Hindi. Company seeks to expand its reach in India. Omicron seeks its way into India. Health Ministry confirms 2 cases in Karnataka. Health Ministry says do not let your guard down. Star Health Insurance, the company backed by India's famed stock market bull, Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, failed to scrape through with its public issue. The 7,250 crore rupees issue was subscribed just 79% by the time it closed. The qualified institutional buyer category received bids for 1.3 times, while the non-institutional investors, which comprise of corporates and HNIs, was subscribed just 19%. The retail portion was subscribed 110%, while the employee portion was subscribed just 10%. The main reason behind this underwhelming performance, high valuation. Between 2019 to 2020, Rakesh Jhunjhunwala bought 7.68 crore shares in 8 transactions for a 14% stake in Star Health at an average price of 156 rupees per share.
The QIB portion has been subscribed up to 75%. In fact, it is almost 79%. So the issue should go through, but I think we'll have to wait for some more clarifications tomorrow, because from what we have heard from the market reports is that 80 to 85% the IPO has been subscribed. I think some more clarity will be coming on the exchanges, very shortly, and that will give us some clarity as to whether the issue is now going to sail through. Because what is important is that the retail portion has got subscribed significantly, but the QIB portion and the HNI portion have not been, the response has not been very encouraging. And to that extent, I think that has been a big disappointment. I think the markets were obviously not very happy with the valuation of Star Health Insurance, despite the fact that it is a significant player in the health insurance market. So I think that is one of the reasons why the issue has got a lukewarm response, and obviously this is going to have an impact on the listing price. Even if the issue goes through, I think obviously valuations are going to be slightly pricey. So you may expect a little bit of a weak opening for this stock once it gets listed. Obviously, if this issue sails through comfortably, we'll have to wait for further details.
And the markets extend gains for the second straight day. Sensex soars over 750 points to get back to the 58,000 mark. Nifty tops 17,400 levels. Out of the 50 Nifty stocks, 47 trading in the green in the day's trading session. On your screens right now, let's bring you Adani Port, Power Grid, HDFC, Sun Pharma, Grasim. All these were the top Nifty movers and shakers of the day. Top Nifty gainers on your screens at the moment. It's raining money at IITs. Companies from across the globe are making their way to IIT campuses with eye-popping remunerations. We bring you a sneak peek into IIT Placement season that has started with an absolute bang.
Christmas came early for 3 students from IIT who just landed a job with a package of whopping 2 crore and above. Yes, you heard it right. Recruiters Paradise, the Indian Institute of Technology, have kicked off their placement season, with companies thronging to the IITs, offering handsome packages. It's not just the domestic players who are handing out high pay packages, but also the international players who have extended offers this year. Uber Technologies has emerged as the highest paymaster so far, offering students from IIT Bombay, Madras and Varanasi whopping 2 crore rupees plus packages. A student of IIT Roorkee bagged the highest international CTC of 2.15 crore this year. In fact, in the past 4 years, this is the highest international salary that has been offered at an IIT. With a surge in trading activity globally, many trading firms with complex computer programs are looking to hire the top talent from IITs. Da Vinci Derivatives, Quad-I, Grow are among those wanting to hire the best candidates from IITs. The colleges are seeing a 40 to 50% rise in job offers as compared to last year. With economies across the globe recovering from a tumultuous 2020, IIT Madras received 43% more offers on the first day than last year. IIT Mandi too reported a 16% rise in the average salary packages. The first slot of placements at IIT Bombay saw 28 companies make offers. Similarly, IIT Roorkee also saw the highest domestic offers ranging from 1.30 crore to 1.80 crore. IIT BHU also saw a significant increase in offers.
कई इंटरनेशनल ऑफ़र आए हैं, जहां तक मेरा मानना है कि करीब 3 दर्जन इंटरनेशनल प्लेसमेंट ऑफ़र आए हैं और 2 करोड़ से और 1 करोड़ वाले भी पैकेज बच्चों ने अर्जित किए हैं.
Wondering why companies are thronging to the IITs? Well, their alumni are taking the tech world by storm, with Twitter's new CEO Parag Agarwal being the latest. The IITians have also played a major role in India's tech story, with the likes of Sachin Bansal and Dipinder Goyal leading the charge. Not only have IITs churned out tech titans, but also policymakers and corporate leaders who are making India proud. Well, it's just the beginning of the hiring season at India's premier colleges. And not only IITs, students at other colleges in India too are looking forward to good pay packets as the economy recovers. Bureau Report, Business Today Television.
Maruti has decided to increase the prices of its cars next month. The company informed stock exchanges that it was hit by the increase in various input costs and had to pass off some of the impact to the consumers. This is going to be the 4th increase in prices by Maruti in 12 months. Other car companies are also likely to hike prices in January. The recent sharp fall in crude oil prices should ideally bring more relief to Indian consumers as India's state-owned oil marketing companies are under pressure to pass on the gains. But will the OMC companies oblige? Here's the story.
Global crude oil prices have fallen in November after the United States and India, among other nations, decided to release oil from the stockpiles in a bid to cool retail fuel prices. The trend has accelerated after the fear of a renewed COVID wave due to the Omicron variant. Prices of Brent crude oil have fallen over $10 in the past 2 weeks. The Indian basket of crude stood at $71.32 per barrel, or just over 5,343 rupees at an exchange rate of 74 rupees and 92 paise on the 1st of December, down from over $82 per barrel in October. Retail prices of petrol and diesel are linked to daily fluctuations of international prices. The central government had cut the excise duty on petrol and diesel by 5 rupees and 10 rupees a litre respectively on the 4th of November, leading to a fall in prices. The fall will lead to renewed demand for sharp cuts in retail prices by companies by passing on the benefit of lower crude oil prices. It remains to be seen, however, whether the companies will oblige, given that they had not passed on the benefits when crude oil prices dipped below the $20 per barrel last April. Bureau Report, Business Today Television.
Now you can book an Uber via WhatsApp. Yes, you heard it right. In first of its kind global initiative Uber is now going to be allowing people to book a ride via WhatsApp. For now, the feature is being rolled out on a pilot basis in Lucknow and is soon going to be expanded to the other cities as well. But the integration makes Uber's own app unnecessary. WhatsApp users can register, they can book rides and receive trip receipts entirely within the chat interface. Riders are going to get the same safety features and insurance protections that were available on the Uber app. The move is going to be helping Uber expand its mobility offerings across the length and breadth of the nation. What we feared for quite long has come true now. 2 cases of mutant COVID variant Omicron have been detected in Karnataka. One of them is a 66-year-old male and another person is 46 years old. Government says there's no need to panic absolutely at the moment, but precautionary measures need to be taken and awareness is a must. Listen into what the Health Ministry had to say.
घंटे के अंदर हमारे देश में 2 ओमिक्रॉन वेरिएंट के केस हमारे इस नेटवर्क के द्वारा डिटेक्ट किए गए कर्नाटका में, जिसकी रिपोर्ट कल रात काफ़ी लेट आई थी, जिसको हम आपके सामने रखना चाहेंगे। और वह जो 2 केस हैं उनके बारे में हम बताना चाहेंगे कि उसमें से एक केस 66 साल के एक मेल हैं, दूसरा केस 46 साल के एक मेल हैं। और जैसे कि हमारा प्रोटोकॉल है, ना कि हमारे इंसाकॉग नेटवर्क ने उसको समय पर डिटेक्ट किया, बल्कि एज ए प्रोटोकॉल, एज ए प्रैक्टिस जो हमारी कॉन्टैक्ट ट्रेसिंग की पद्धति भी शुरू हुई है और जितने उनके प्राइमरी कॉन्टैक्ट्स हैं और जितने सेकेंडरी कॉन्टैक्ट हैं उन सबको ट्रेस कर लिया गया है और उन सबकी टेस्टिंग करके उनको एज पर प्रोटोकॉल हम कोऑर्डिनेट कर रहे हैं।
And before we slip into a very short commercial break here on the Business Today show, let's listen into Ajay Peramal in an exclusive conversation with Udayan Mukherjee, where he talks about demerging pharmaceutical and financial business in the coming 9 months.
We are actually now demerging our pharmaceuticals and financial services. So both, I think by the next 9 months, should be both independently listed on the stock exchanges. And as far as the pharmaceutical is concerned, my daughter Nandini, who has been in the business for now 13, 14 years, will be actually, and she's running it even today, will be continuing to run it and do so more independently.
Microsoft is finally letting LinkedIn loose in India. The jobs and professional networking site is now going local and is now available in Hindi on its crosshairs. The 60 crore Hindi language speakers spread across the world.
One of the last social media sites has finally caved into the financial lure of the Hindi-speaking and writing market. LinkedIn has rolled out its services in Hindi, making it one of the 25 languages it's now available in. And why? The answers are clearly in these numbers. LinkedIn currently has 8.2 crore users in India who log on to the site every month. A small part of the about 26 crore Indians who speak English. The market has been growing 15% every year. Globally, LinkedIn has 80 crore users. Adding Hindi as a language will add 60 crore prospective users.
हमारा मिशन है दुनिया के हर काम करने वाले को इकोनॉमिक अवसर उपलब्ध कराना और हिंदी लॉन्च के साथ हम इस उद्देश्य में और कारगर हो रहे हैं। हम उम्मीद करते हैं कि लिंक्डइन हिंदी से देश भर में लोग अब नए कनेक्शन बना पाएंगे, अपनी भाषा में कंटेंट देख पाएंगे और अपने सपने साकार कर सकेंगे।
The rollout is planned in a phased manner. Currently, members are allowed to access their feed, profile, jobs, messages, and create content in Hindi on desktops and on their phones. Ultimately, LinkedIn aims at widening job opportunities across industries, push publishers and creators, and increase engagement in Hindi. LinkedIn eyes India as one of its core markets. It's the second largest market in terms of members after the United States. The importance is specifically amplified after the company was forced to exit China last month. Bureau Report, Business Today Television.
Let's now listen into an exclusive conversation in which Business Today TV's managing editor Siddharth Zarabi had with LinkedIn India's manager Ashutosh Gupta.
Latest product addition that you have done in LinkedIn, now there will be a Hindi LinkedIn. Tell us more about it.
Yeah, thank you, Siddharth, for having me here today. So we have today we have launched Hindi as a language on the platform. This is our 25th language, which is available on LinkedIn globally. Well, the idea here is that the Hindi-speaking professionals, which are there in the market, they feel more comfortable conversing, networking, connecting on jobs in their language, which is Hindi. We have realized during pandemic, and the members have told us that language and conversations are deeply personal, right? And I converse better in the language which I'm comfortable with. So we are launching this language. With this language launch, they will be able to connect with the like-minded members, have the conversations in their language. There are certain jobs which we have made available. There will be more coming in the future, which are primarily for Hindi-speaking population. Like, for example, the public sector units, the premium public sector units, as well as some government jobs. That way, and then there is published content in Hindi as well available for our members. So we are very excited about this launch. The idea was to remove some barriers, language barriers, at least from a Hindi perspective on the platform, and more members can take the opportunity, and we are able to create economic opportunity for each one of them.
India's organized sector jobs, when it comes to the private sector, would mostly be dominated by the English language. And you are right in saying that the Hindi opportunity exists in the sort of regulated language market, which is the government hiring market, central government, as well as PSUs. What about other Indian languages? Do you have any plans for that as well? Because I believe Hindi is your first non-English product in India.
That's correct. So I think the idea is that we launch Hindi today. We understand from our members the reactions from them, what other things they demand from the Hindi as a language. And based on that reaction, Siddharth, we will decide the future course. Ultimate objective through this localization effort is to remove the barriers and create equality for each member. At LinkedIn, we talk about network gap, which is a gap because of our network, my network being stronger than yours. And we want to reduce that gap, and language can play a role into that. So we are trying to reduce the network gap, and Hindi is our first step into it. As we understand better from our members, the value proposition they are realizing from Hindi, based on their reactions, we will learn more, and then we'll decide the future course of our localization.
In early October, RBI superseded two major companies of the Kolkata-based Shri Group, Shri Infrastructure Finance and Shri Equipment Finance, and placed them under an administrator. RBI named former Chief General Manager of Bank of Baroda, Rajni Sharma, as administrator. The companies will now go through a detailed resolution process under the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code. Hemant Kanoria, promoter of Shri Infrastructure Finance, spoke to our business editor, Saurav Majumdar, on why he thinks RBI took this action, the road ahead for these companies, and much, much more.
What do you think prompted RBI to take that? Obviously, you were very surprised at the RBI move, but as the central bank, they probably wanted to go ahead and ensure that there are no systemic risks, because Shri is a large player. So did that catch you by surprise, one? And second, are you now in touch with the administrator, the Reserve Bank, for ways forward? Have you sort of reached out to them?
See, we were surprised because we had given a scheme for the payment of all the creditors, and along with interest, in an orderly fashion over a period of time. So last year, as I was telling you, that last year in October, when we got this order from the court, the bankers got upset with us, and they did a debit freeze, and they stopped that we could not do any business. All the company's operations came to a standstill, so which caused a huge disruption in the entire operations of the company. And so therefore, after that, RBI also, because we had taken one of the in the order, one clause which we had also requested the court, and the court was is to give the directions that till the time the meetings happen and a resolution happens, we cannot be declared to be in default, or we will not be, our standard asset classification will not go for a change, and it will not be brought down to substandard and all. I think that this would have upset the bankers and RBI also as a regulator, because it is the RBI's right to basically declare an account non-standard or put it in default, and the bankers. But we had done it preempting because that time there was no default. So we had done it only with the right intention that everyone can be taken care of. So subsequent to that, RBI then had a special audit. After that, they said that, they took out saying that many of the loans that we had given under structured finance, which we have been giving for the last 15, 20 years. So it was said that these could be probable connected entities because it was being given by the funds, etc. So therefore, it started getting into, because, once the regulator and the banker get upset by an action that we have taken, then you can just imagine how the things just go.
So you agree that there was, you did upset the regulator with that action?
Yes, we did. So we did, regulator and the bankers. But you see that if you actually look at it, it was a very, very sincere and honest effort on our part that we do not get into a default kind of situation, pay to everyone in an orderly and a structured fashion, because we wanted to maintain our reputation.
The Indian gaming industry is witnessing growth like never before. With nearly 500 million online gamers, the market is expected to triple in the next 4 years and touching a whopping $3.9 billion in value. Our tech editor caught up with some of the country's top gamers at the India Game Developers Conference 2021. Here's a slice of that exclusive conversation.
What are the different types of options you would recommend someone young, one of your young followers who really looks up to you?
What I honestly feel is the career option that you choose should be something that you enjoy doing. Like the thing that I'm doing today, thankfully, I enjoy doing it. I enjoy making videos. So there is a lot of options in gaming. Just 2 years ago, the options were very limited. It was so limited that the only options you had that would give you an actual career was be a YouTuber, a streamer, or be a caster. And even that wasn't paying you well enough for what you were doing. But today there is so much more options than just that. You can be a gamer, you can be somebody who works in the esports scene. It's a totally different industry. It's where you're just doing more than gaming. I think Bamba and Ashulok can agree to this. There's like a lot of options like observers. There is something where you are managing the whole tournament. And if you are not into that and you are into the business side, there is so much more into the business side as well. Like there's influencer managers. There is people like Pranav who work with the brands who really, really help us be what we are today. And so the options are unlimited. I think gaming started as something that you did for fun, and it was just streaming or making videos on YouTube, and it's grown into a full ecosystem of its own. So the options are everything. Whatever you like business, there's something in gaming. You love to create content, there's something for you. You love to manage content, there's something for you. You love to produce, you're into the production field, there is something for you. So there's everything for everybody today.
Well, that's it from me, Chaiti Narula, on the Business Today show. Keep watching India Today. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for your time. Have a good evening.